Back in the saddle. What's going on, everyone? It's Wednesday night to get Zach Attack in the room. We got Mike Lee sitting there waiting for everything to get started, getting this party started. Because you know what? It's the Giants. It's the preseason. It's training camp. It's everything going on. It's Daniel Jones rocking it out the last 2 days. It's people saying that I'm negative. I'm a negative Nancy. I'm a negative Nelly. It's about Kadarius Toney. It's about Wan'Dale Robinson. It's about everyone on this team. It's about Evan Neal getting burned by Kayvon Thibodeau and Quincy Roche. It's about a lot of things. Mike Lee says, make sure you smash the like on the way in. I agree with that. But Jeff says, what's up, Timmy? Everything's going good, man. Everything's going good. Working hard, doing what needs to be done. Watching these Giants, getting excited about what's to come. We got a preseason game August 11th. I'm going to be streaming, or is it called streaming? Or I'm going to be doing the game. I'm going to have the game. I'm going to do play-by-play for the game, that first preseason game. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I'm just excited to be here because you know what? It's a Friday. It's a Friday. And it's a Sunday, Wednesday. I don't know what the hell day it is. It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. What does Charles got to say? Charles got to say, what do you got, Charles? Just wondering if you're going to start the show besides bashing Daniel Jones today. Sure. I'm going to bash Daniel Jones. Charles, I've said this to you in the comment section, and the people that are jumping in the chat will tell you straight up what it is. I'm not bashing Daniel Jones. I'm speaking the truth. Daniel Jones went whatever he went the other day. Okay, 7-on-7 drill, 2-man rush. Watch the other defensive linemen in the film. They don't move. Why? Because it was what they refer to as half a rush. Bobby Johnson was also snapping the ball. Bobby Johnson, that is the offensive line coach for the Giants, he was snapping the ball. So there's no pressure. And he still took another amount of time to get rid of the ball. What do you want me to say? You want me to lie? You want me to be cupcakes and gumdrops and tell you everything's going to be okay and I'm going to tuck you in to make sure you're all better? No. You want that? You go to a little wussy channel. You go sit there when people are going to blow smoke up your ass and tell you not the truth. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. This is the truth. And if you can't handle the truth, leave. That's what I tell people. You know what?
You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Glenn Knoll says about the truth will set us free. You want to know why the truth will set us free? Because of the fact that you need to understand the nuances of training camp. You have to understand the nuances of football. When I've said this a million times, and if anyone says I'll take Jones over Lamar, I think that's sarcasm. But you know what? I've said it a billion times. Don't piss down my leg and tell me it's raining. Because I know it's not. When Daniel Jones does something well, I point it out. When Daniel Jones does not do something well, I point it out. Why? Because the last time I checked, I'm a man and I can say any shit I want. And if you don't like it, I've told a million people, you don't like it, go someplace else. You ain't fucking bothering me. You know, where's your big boy pants? Put your freaking big boy pants on, because you know what? It's been 3 freaking seasons, and I'm tired of hearing, he didn't have an offensive line. Jason Garrett held him back. Oh, all these other problems. You know what? People that are competitive at their position do not sit there and have to whine about how everything needs to be perfect for them to succeed. Joe Burrows, no offensive line, goes to the Super Bowl. There's been plenty of quarterbacks in the annals of NFL history who have had poor to bad offensive lines and teams and still succeeded. There are plenty of quarterbacks who did not have what they were referred to as star wide receivers, and they succeeded. What's so special about Daniel Jones? What do you show me? You know what? I got to give Bad Dog credit because he did a video, I think yesterday, about the cult of Daniel Jones. I didn't agree with him using a picture of Jim Jones because, he murdered a whole bunch of people. But you know what? That was a beautiful thing because of the fact that he's saying this. What has he done to sit there for your praise and admiration? What has he done? How many games has he won? And I don't want to hear the bull crap because I lived through with Phil Simms when he came in the league in 79 on a bad Giant team and helped the team get to the playoffs in 81 before he got hurt. But he didn't have an offensive line. His star receiver was Ernest Gray and Tom Mulledy at tight end. But poor Daniel Jones. No. You can't say anything bad about him because the people who don't have balls will sit there and tell you everything's good, everything's right, everything's perfect. You know what? It's not perfect. It's not perfect whatsoever. Because if it was perfect, we wouldn't be sitting here going into year 4 saying we need to teach Daniel Jones how to protect himself on the field. We have to do things that are going to make him feel good. You are a professional quarterback going into year 4. You should do well in training camp. You should show promise in training camp. You should go 9 out of 10 when you've only thrown 10 passes an entire day. You should. Because you want to know why? You get paid to do it. They give you a check at the end of every game, or actually get it on Monday. Some teams get it on Tuesday. But you get a check for playing your sport. That's the problem. That's the problem I have. We'll tie. We'll tie was good. We got a big old two-toe super chat. Of course, all super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Massive salute to Tim, the big boss, driven by the proper respects. Pay the slapping them sticky boy loser boys out the freaking door. You know what they say? Don't want nothing, won't be nothing. Bought a new bike. 2004 V-Rod. That's why I couldn't do a stream today. We got Mark Thompson dropping in here from Barbados. What's going on, Mark? Want to hit somebody. Matthew, what's going on, Matthew? Good day. Good day. Demetri says, DJ is good. Okay, well, if he's good, you know what? It's been 3 years. Going on 4 now. Let's see it. Time to put up or shut up. Joe, I guess you're kidding. I would take if you really mean I would take Jones over Lamar, I know you got to be joking. Big Frank in his house. Hey, Tim, I'm ready for the Pats. Week 1, the hype will start. Oh yeah, the preseason game is August 11th. We're going to stream that game. The hype will start to die down from the first snap of the game. I'm not worried about the hype. I'm worried about the overhype. I'm worried about the stupidity. I'm worried about all this crap that people are like, Daniel Jones could throw a pass with no one in his face, and people are like, oh, he's a Pro Bowler. Do something. Show me something, Bama. Show me something. And don't show it to me in practice because I don't care about practice. Practice makes perfect. You drive for show, you putt for dough. And that's what you have to do in a game. That is, to me, that's putting. Practice is just practice. What's up, Matthew? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on DJ going forward. I think we already know the thoughts. My thing is, I've said this a bazillion times. This is why people got to shut up. I said this a bazillion times. Not you, Matthew. I don't think the Giants go very far without Daniel Jones at quarterback, and I also don't think he's going to be here in 2023 because I think he's average. I didn't say he's below average. I think he's average. And I've said this a million times. Have a good game. Have another good game. Have 3 good games in a row. Then I'll start talking that you could be a franchise quarterback. 5 good games in a row. Then I'll start believing you even more. But don't have a good game, a mediocre game, a good game, a bad game, a mediocre game, and have me tell you that you're going to be a wonderful quarterback. And don't sit there and blame everything on Jason Garrett. I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. That's what happens. Tom Brady won Super Bowls with the likes of Jabbar Gaffney and David Patton as his wide receivers before he found Branch and Gronk and everyone else. Phil Simms, like I said, threw to Byron Williams. Lionel Emmanuel, Bobby Johnson. He did at Bavaro, yes. Where was Phil Simms, stud wide receiver? What does Mike say? Daniel Jones is not I don't think he's trash. I don't think he's trash at all. I think he could be a good quarterback in the Arena League. Hey-oh, just kidding. What is this? Lamar, in my opinion, though, running back playing wide receiver playing quarterback. No, Lamar Jackson does not get the credit that he deserves. I'm not going to get into Lamar Jackson. We're talking Giants. I'm not getting into Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's actually, his completion percentages have gone up. He's just got to stay healthy. This is right. That's right. You know what? That's right. This is the Big Boy Pants channel. This isn't a little channel that's going to sit there and tell you everything's going great, princess. Sorry. We don't work that way here. You come correct or you don't come at all. Dropping facts, dropping knowledge. That's what we do here. Jones has a bunch of no names who can't catch the ball in their first season. We can say no excuse. Look at Tom Brady. Look at Phil Simms. I've already said this. Yes, Byron Williams was one hell of a player. You had Hasselback at the other tight end in 86. The truth shall set you free. That's right. What made DJ a 6th overall pick again? Photos somewhere. Mike Lee, I didn't want to get into a rant. right away. I think it's the new supplements. No, I'm just kidding. We got another big Tuto super chat because you know what all super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Tuto says, problem with New York Giants players, they show up on payday, but they come up with excuses on, I love this already. Problem with New York Giants players, they show up on payday, but they come up with excuses on game day. Show up to play, forget about it. Look, right now that to me is like one of the quotes of the day. You got Big James Williams in the house. I gotta roll back up here. Jeff says, cool rant. Yeah, I'm always ranting. Big salute. We got the Big J in the house also. What's up, my brother? I'm preaching as always. I don't want to preach. I don't want to preach at all. I remember before Barkley, we had the running players. We had Ty running through players, and we never used him again ever. Well, actually, Ty got hurt. Will Ty. So that's one of the things, right? What's up, Chris? Chris says, sup, man? You just spoke the truth. Love hearing you go on your rants. I don't want to go on rants anymore. I just want to have feng shui. I want to feel, but you know what? I can't deal with the stupidity already. You know what the works? Here's the best thing. I always tell people this, put up or shut up. I've said this a million bazillion times. You want to know why? Because I am just like Jim Fossil.
I'm raising the stakes right now. This is a poker game. I'm shoving my chips to the middle of the table. I'm raising the ante. Anybody wants in, get in. Anybody wants out, can get out.
I bought season tickets. I dropped the money. I dropped the cash. I re-dropped the PSLs. But I'm Mr. Negative. I'm going to be the one sitting there on freaking game day, not sitting there saying, well, the Giants should do this. You know what? I'm put up or shut up. I know the Giants are going to be bad this year, but you know what? I went out and bought tickets again. Now I lost my voice. I got to admit, the Giants did something nice today. They for season ticket holders, instead of a medium Pepsi, we're getting a copy of Madden 23. You get the download code. We got some other super chats going to acknowledge because you know all super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. I want to read this one last time. Problem with New York Giants players, they show up on payday, but come up with excuses on game day. Show up or play. That just wraps it up. OGR Sports, this is your fault, OGR, because you canceled today. Sitting back, laughing, loving it. Thank you for the super chat. All super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Oh, easy does it. I think I do need to do easy does. I like Jones, but no more excuses. Enough is enough. You know what the best part is? This is the best part. He does something that every professional quarterback should do. complete passes in training camp. And we have to laud him like he's the Messiah. Really? Is this what we have come to? That we have to sit there and say, well, he's a stud because he can complete a 3rd and 7. And then I love it because then there's a touchdown and it's an acrobatic catch. And they turn around and and it's a bad throw and the receiver makes him look good. It's never that the receiver made him look good. No. But as soon as the receiver drops the ball, well, that wasn't Daniel Jones' fault. I see from the Giants media today when he had one of the interceptions the other day, it was like, well, the guy slipped. The one that Darnay Holmes came up with, they had no excuses for. Same with the one with Dory Jackson, no excuses. What does Mike have to say? I can't stand the official Giant videos, all warm and fuzzy takes, scared to speak their minds. Shaking my head. I agree. I shake my head every day. Shake, Sonora. Shake your body lighter. Oh, my God. Oh, what happened for this? What happened here? What is it? What? Someone from this channel. Someone from this channel? What happened? What did I miss? Hey, someone made, oh, yeah, someone made me a bet. He's going to have to pay up. Yeah, I forgot what it was. Let's say the Ravens missed the playoffs. Well, then we can go get Lamar Jackson and I'll be happy. What's up, Alex Sports? What's going on, my brother? I haven't seen you in a long time. Matthew Coe, Dave Brown is quarterback right now. Oh, that's DJ. You're right. If Jones puts up another stinker in preseason, just don't bother starting him. Here's the thing. I hope he doesn't put up, and this is what kills me about people. This is what kills me. I hope he doesn't throw up a stinker in preseason. I hope he plays well. I hope he succeeds because that means the Giants succeeds, and that means the thousands of dollars I just spent on season tickets will not go for naught. But that's okay. People can sit there and call me negative. I have broad shoulders. I can handle the criticisms. I don't care. But when I point out a fact, and the fact was that what we are looking at was a 7-on-7 drill with a 2-man rush and 2 offensive linemen with their hands in the dirt. 2 defensive linemen just standing there. It was a 2-man rush. It was 2 against 3. And it still took them a long time to get the ball out. But I'm crazy. Make sure you hit that like button. We only got 13 likes. Come on, Pippo. Bad Dog's doing a chat or the thing today at 10. Make sure you go see the Bad Dog. Oh, what does Charles have to say? What's up, Charles? It was only the head coach who made the comments about slipping. I know, but I'm just saying they're making excuses. There's always an excuse. You know what? Just once I'd be like, we just need to do better. We just need to work a little bit. And you know what bothers me too? I'm not a big fan of Pat Leonard of the Daily News. Reminds me of Dick Young. I'm old, so people don't know who Dick Young is, but it reminds me of Dick Young. But he asked the questions that people should ask, that fans should ask, that fans should want to hear the answer to. The problem is, though, nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to take that question. The look on Brian Dable's face when Pat Leonard asks the question is almost of disdain. And I've said this before. Ask Bobby Bonilla, former New York Met, who we're still paying. First thing in his opening day press conference, you're not going to knock the smile off my face. 4 months later, he wants to show a report of the Bronx. Said this before. Get the New York media on your side. You don't have to completely control the narrative 24/7. Just get them on your side, and they will be your ally, not your adversary if things go bad. That's what people need. That's what the Giants need to understand. I understand that we've been so bad for so long. You want to control the information that comes out. But I've said it before. It reminds me of a dictatorship, a banana republic dictatorship. Control the media, and things will be fine. But you know what? You've been this bad for this long. Things aren't fine. Admit it. Man up to it. And I have to give Shane and Dable credit. They have. They have said it's the fans or segment of the fans are the ones that are going crazy. Brian and Dable and Shane are like, yeah, we're probably going to suck. But then I see things. Why the Giants think they can make the playoffs? How about you win a game first? We got a super chat. We got to acknowledge, of course, to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Jones can't come back. If Jones, easy does it, I'm going to say this. If Jones will have to put together a legendary season. Jones will have to throw for like 4,500 yards, 32 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, run for another 500 yards, another 6 touchdowns for the Giants even to consider to bring him back, because they've learned from the errors of the way of King of the Almost Sack.
King of the Almost Sack.
You can't just throw the money after one good season and then pay a guy an exorbitant amount for him not to be a Lawrence Taylor type, not to be, hell, he's not even a Leonard Marshall. And the Giants, I think, have learned that. And I believe the Giants are now smart enough to understand that you can't do that anymore, because this is how we get in trouble repeatedly. Matthew Cohn says Mike Lupica is better than Pat Leonard. Does Mike Lupica still write? He used to write for the Daily News. Does he still write for the Daily News? I thought he was doing freelance stuff. I don't remember. I don't like Lupica either, but like I said, I'm not a big fan of Pat Leonard. I don't really read any of his stuff. But I have to. But when I heard the press conference, and we played the press conference, it's not like he was asking a question. It's not like he was out of line asking a question. It's not like he was. Hey, it's not like he was being a dick. Not like he was saying, "Yo, yeah, you guys suck. Here's the reasons why." No, he asked a question, and like I said, it's a question that they just didn't want to answer. Alex Sports says, can't avoid those kind of. You're right. You can't avoid those kind of questions forever. You can't. You have at a certain point in time, you have to ask them. You have to answer them. James Williams says, the Zach is like, what's up, bro? Say it's all good. Jeff Newman, there's no more excuses this year. Either DJ shows up or he's gone. Then it's over. But like I said, I think it's going to have to be a legendary season. I think it's going to have to be one of those seasons that, you know what, we've said it before.
Time to nut up or shut up.
It's time to nut up or shut up. And like I said, I hope he succeeds. And to all the people that think I'm negative, I'm going to say it again. I hope he succeeds. I hope he has a big year, because then we're going to win. Then my tickets are worth more. Always got to think about that resale value. It's called the business. What's that, Mike? What do we got here? You just made a great point once again from online, Big Blue. Do I want ice cream, guys? Guys, do I want ice cream? The wife is asking if I want ice cream. Where? I'm going to ask where from. But thank you. I don't know what my good point is, but I'm going to accept that. Because listen, I don't get a lot of praise. James says we've sucked for so long. People actually want porn star Jimmy G to come and save us. They're going to Rita's. I want one of those icy things. One of those orange thing with the ice cream on the bottom. What does Mike have to say? Mike has to say, what does that say? Things will be exposed. Things will be exposed. Wars all in preseason. Get it? Okay. I don't know what they're talking about now. Preseason's going to be it. Preseason's it's put up or shut up time. That's all there is to it. That's all there's going to be to it. And I hope that's my son. He's texting me. I got my son a cell phone. Probably one of the dumbest things I ever did to give a young child a cell phone, because now he only does is text me all day long. Oh my God. I could be outside working on the V-Ride right now. That's what I was doing all day. It's got a flaming blue skull in the tank. So it's kind of cool. I mean, it's all right. What does Alex Sports says? No, nothing about motorcycles. Totally right. Jones needs you need a monster year. You know what? And like I said, I hope to God he has it. I hope he does. I just hope that, that people understand that at the end of the day, if he doesn't, or if he's 3,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, he's gone. And I've said this a million times. I don't blame Shane if he moves on from Daniel Jones, because he's not his quarterback. There's the old expression, which I've heard in the NFL, which I heard in the AFL. You win with your guys. You win with your coach. You win with your quarterback. And those are the guys you want to win with. Kind of surprised you're starting Jones this year. I'm not starting Jones this year. Oh my God, Thor! I thought you were going to the movies, Zach. Mr. Thor: Love of Thunder. Thought you were going there. But Mike, what did we got to say here? I believe that's why Dabo and Shane were brought in. Finally, give the franchise. Yeah, I agree too. You know what? You got to reprimand them. There needs to be a direction. We need to figure out. We have to start anew. Like I said, I bought season tickets. That's how much I believe in Shane and Dabo. I bought season tickets. Let me jump over to Zach. Zach is also, super chats. Go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Thank you, Zach. Who will bet the unsung hero will be the defense? I think the defense is going to rise. I think it's going to be like the fiery phoenix rising from the ashes. I think that's what it's going to be. But I think we're going to be bad early. And if the secondary does not progress like it should, we're gonna. I don't think we'll have the worst pass defense in the league, but it will be bad. We got to jump into the super checkers, all super chats. Go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Since they voted me the captain on the defense, I've been cleaning up all the wannabe losers out the door. I need players with winning mentality, and I'll teach you the rest to make them true. Whereas, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Like I said, I didn't have a lot of talent when I played. I played on heart. I played on strength. I played on determination. I played on grit and just pure will at times. And that's kind of what I want to see from the Giants. I want to see grit. I want to see I want to just see, though, even though your shoulder's hanging on. I tell the story all the time that I popped out my shoulder. They popped it back in. Like, rub some dirt on it, go back in. And I went back in because I was stupid. But, I want to see that grit. I want to see that determination. I want to see something that makes you sit there up and say, you know what? We are New York Giants. This is our house. I don't care if we win losing 32-17. You're still in my house. And you know what? That's the mentality. And I think that's the mentality that Tuto is so eloquently putting it. I'm going to go back and make sure I get all these messages. What does Brian have to say? We get it. You're a Jones hater.
That phrase is trademark, not to use as a position to Ricky Bobby.
There you go. Brian went into a 5-minute timeout because we all know I'm He-Man. I have the power. You don't like it, lump it. What do we got here? I haven't blocked anybody in a while. I got the itch. I'm going to block somebody. Let's see here. No better than, all right. What did Matthew have to say here? If he's no better than 15 ranked quarterback is if he resigned. Never thought he'd be higher than 15, by the way. I don't believe in QB ratings. I don't want to get into statistically thing, but I never believed in QB ratings because I always think the ratings are subjective at times. And I know they went to the new rating system, but there's so many different, it's like Pro Football Focus. I'm sorry, Chris Collinsworth. It's like Pro Football Focus. There's just so many things that aren't there. Mike Lee says, yes. Was that to me blocking people? Or to getting the ice cream? I'm getting the ice cream. I'm getting Doritos. Hey, Lorenzo, what's going on? Do you think the D-line is going to be top 10 this year? No. The D-line, no. No. Because Quincy Roche, Azeez Ojulari, Kayvon Thibodeau are going to be playing mainly at the outside linebacker position. So you're going to have the likes of Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, and others. So, I mean, that's so, but I think the linebacking core will be better this year. I think we'll have a strength. I think the strength will be in linebacking core. And I have some hope for DJ Davidson. I really do. But you know what? This team is not going to be the team in the beginning or the end. I should rephrase. The team at the end of training camp is not going to be the team that is fielded that first week in Tennessee. Because there are so many guys that are going to hit the open wire. The Giants are going to probably, I would say between 5. Write it down now. I'm going to say between 6 to 7 guys who make this roster out of camp will not be on the team. They could either be in the on the practice squad or are going to be waived for better talent. I'm telling you right now. Frank says, just get the ice cream. I suggest serving size though. What does Timothy have to say? Timothy said the Giants will trade Daniel Jones, 2 first rounders, 23rd, 4th round, 24th, 5th round for Tua. No, we're not getting Tua. I don't want Tua either. I also hope to see, that's the thing, Michael. Everyone hopes that DJ has a good year. But the problem is, we're not going to just sit there and just be all cupcakes and gumdrops about it. Don't get me all excited that he completed passes in training camp when that's his job. That's your job. Let's just say you have a job selling insurance. And I know I always make fun of Dan Jones, but let's say you have a job selling insurance. If you don't sell any insurance, you get fired. You sell insurance, well, that's your job. Complete passes, but complete passes in the regular season. Avoid the turnovers and start processing the plays a little faster. That's all. Matthew says, I always like Jimmy G. He's not perfect, but he's a winner. He consistently won, but he had a good defense. He had a stellar defense. Is Jimmy G an upgrade over Daniel Jones? Probably not. Maybe. I mean, there's a maybe there. I can't. People probably can't wait till August 5th when I give away the Coaches Club ticket. You get to hang with me. You get to hang with James, OGR Sports, the Big Don. Big Don. Dominic Palmer is flying in from the UK just to come to this game and hang out with me. So you got to want to do that. August 5th. I think it was either 9 or 10. I haven't decided yet. Alex Sports says, what's up, Alex? Start to week Taylor. He's getting, I don't know if we can, I mean, you got to give Daniel Jones his start. You know what? It's like Eli Manning. Eli Manning, when Jones was drafted, still got to start the first couple of games. So you got to give him his chance. You got to give him his shot. You have to. One less team in the young sweepstakes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just compete, for crying out loud. That's right, Mike. Just compete. Just compete. You know what? I love it with James Williams right now. Show your hands. Who's a Jones hater? That's why I love you, James. That's my brother. That's why I love him so much. He wears his flag proudly. Say it loud, James. You're a Jones hater and you're proud. Oh my God. Well, let's see. Lorenzo says, Hurst for real. I see in the chat. I haven't seen Hurst in a while. I do think Ding J stands a chance, even if he has a big year this year. The regime is going to want to draft a quarterback. If Daniel Jones has a decent year and they still don't bring him back, I'm not going to question Shane. Now, what will make me question Shane is this. If this draft class does not pan out this year, and let's just say the majority of them don't play well, then I will be concerned about his decision-making process. But you got Evan Neal. You got Kayvon Thibodeau. Hurst for real. What's going on? Tim, will you be at FanFest on Friday? I cannot go to FanFest on Friday. I wish I could go. The Giants actually gave me tickets. How crazy is that? I wish I could go, but I cannot attend. I have family coming in. I have a lot of family. When your wife's Hispanic, when one relative comes in, they all come in. I think it's like a rule, but they all can't be apart. So we have grandparents, great grandparents coming in. They're all flying in tomorrow. And they're here till Sunday. So no, I cannot. I wish I could go to FanFest, but I cannot go to FanFest. Matthew says, but I am going to go to training camp, Simon. Like I said, I'm going to hang out at the game. So hopefully we're going to give that ticket away. Someone's going to win that ticket. Somebody's going to win a ticket to the Coaches Club, man. You're going to get this picture here is from the Coaches Club. Me standing on the field. You're going to get to stand on the field. You're going to get to be there when I throw the ball 40 yards to James Williams on a rope. You're going to be there. Tuto, James, buy me a ticket to get to your vote. Oh, you already saw the movie. It's 5. Oh, that's right, because I moved the stream. I admit it. I moved it. I bought a new motorcycle. What do you want me to do? I got excited. I had to start taking it apart. Wandell will be better than Tony, Mike Lopez Jr. says. I don't know. If you take a look at Kadarius Toney, if he learned how to run routes and learned how to run routes in space, he would probably be a better player, better wide receiver. And he's listed as 6 feet. So you would see that he would potentially have more opportunities to play on the outside. I don't think you're going to put Wandale Robinson on the outside. I think you're going to keep him in the slot. I think you're going to keep him in the.
I'm Johnny Wishbone, psychic extraordinaire. If you need me, just think Johnny Wishbone, and I come running.
That's right, Johnny Wishbone. That's what you're going to do with him. But I don't know. I can't. I have to wait and see because, like I said, I don't know. I did a video today. If you didn't go watch it, go watch it. Well, don't watch it now. Go watch it after Bad Dog stream after 11, 12 o'clock, whatever he goes to. It compares Wandale Robinson, Kadarius Toney together and ranks them between Tavon Austin and Percy Harvin. I've been talking about that for weeks now, that there could be a simpatico relationship between those guys. So let's see what happens. I'd like to see them both on the field at the same time. Matthew says, do you think the Giants will trade for Tua? Maybe Jimmy G. Maybe they're not going to trade for anybody. They're not going to. You know, it's funny that the Jimmy G thing has more legs than I think sometimes because of the fact that contract is not guaranteed, because through the CBA, which will allow the 49ers, if they have to eat a large portion of that contract. So it's something interesting. What does Michael say to James? But Danny Dimes throws dimes. That's why they call him Danny Dimes. Hey-o. Oh, my God. What do we got here? Let's stand up comedy. This girl who broke almost 3 months ago, but doesn't know how to tell. Oh, my goodness. Here's for real. What's up, James? We got Mr. Authentic in the chat. Of course, you know him, Mr. Authentic. He's got a channel with the beard. They do Giants and Washington stuff. So go check that out when he's up and about and around. Tuto saluting to the big Hirsch for real. Matthew says, Timothy, nah, I wouldn't go that far. I can't lie. I love trades, but the NFL isn't a big trade league compared to the others because of the cap. You're right. They're not a big trade league. They're not. They're really not. It's not Major League Baseball. Oh, wait, what's this? Kenny G's contested catch. Mike Lee says, no, Tim, don't wear rose-colored glasses. I've already told you this a million times, people. There's only one pair of glasses that I wear, and I just broke the arms off them because I was so aggravated and so mad. I'm just gonna do the rest of the show like this. People are always like, "Do you care that you make a fool of yourself half the time?" I'm like, no, because it's life. It's called having fun. Wait, see, look at that. There we go. See, I got it fixed now. I might just do the rest of the show like this. I think I'm looking a lot easier than let's see. LeVar said, what does LeVar say? With this line, I honestly seen Jones go. LeVar, I hope that's the case, but you already have John Feliciano out. Jamie Douglas looks horrible. You're already using Shane Lemieux. What's his name? Matt Gano, whatever his name is. He's out as well. You get the likes of venerable Matt Garcia and you got Glowinski, and I don't know what we're doing in center. You got a rookie sitting at the right tackle. Andrew Thomas is looking awesome. So Andrew Thomas is looking great. So we have to kind of wait and see where that goes as well. Tutos James says, "Where's the VIP section, please?" The VIP section, of course, is going to be in the Coaches Club. We're giving that ticket away. 21 likes, 48 people. Yeah, come on, let's like it up, people. Let's like it up. Like it up. Where is Aziz? When is Aziz going to come back? They're saying that he's tweaked. So I'm not worried about unless it's like the broken collarbone that Dane Belton suffered. But the good news is it's not going to require surgery, so his recovering time should not be as long. But you know what? I'm going to worry about injuries when we get ready to roll into week 3 of preseason, and that's why I'm going to start getting it. We need a true inside line. We need a true linebacker. We do need a true linebacker. We do. But you have them. We're going to be, I have a feeling we are going to be all right. What does Adrian have to say? Adrian says, Adrian, if the D line isn't a top 10, the corners might rank them in the late 20s then. I've said this before. If you have a good defensive line, you can get away with having a bad secondary. If you have a great secondary, you can get away with having a bad defensive line. The problem is we're kind of in the middle right now. I can't trust Adoree sitting there at CB1. I can't sit there and tell you Robinson or someone else is going to jump up in that CB2 position. Darnay Holmes looks great right now, but it's not the game. It's not game time. You got to do this in a game. I've seen plenty of practice warriors in my life. Guys that look, and I always love it. I love the the baseball phrase because I always heard it, and I actually spoke to someone that used to work for the Mets. And it was funny though, because this was back in the 90s. And I always said, they always heard the expression, you don't want to leave all your hits in spring training. He was like, that's the stupidest expression I ever heard. He goes, because you want to know why? You're also hitting against guys that are probably aren't going to be in the league after spring training. So it's the same thing. You can look great in practice right now, but it doesn't matter until you get on the field. That's when we're going to go. Over under on Daniel Jones' fumbles. I hope it's under 10. I hope it's under 10, but it's not. It'll probably be like 15. Tim, will they restructure Leonard Williams? No, they're probably going to get rid of one, if not both, next year. I've said this before. The Giant, Joe Shane, has been protecting that cap space like it's his child. He could have deferred the Logan Ryan, contract. He could have used his post June 1st designation. We've said it a million times. You can use that twice before it's in the CBA. You can use 2 post June 1st designations before June 1st. You can use that and get them off the roster. But the problem was he would have owed him $3 million in 2023. Now he took less cap money up front, but he saved $3 million in 2023. What is down to say? I think we will win 8 games. I'm still saying 5 to 6 tops, but you never know. You never know. Does Jimmy G push us over to 8? Does Jimmy G push us anywhere close to that middle? I don't know. I get the allergy. Excuse me. That's the other thing. I hope so. Oh, Irish Rover's in his house. I'm the same way, Zach. I hope we just see some competitive games. I hope we see some just quality football. I can, and I said this is a wash year to me. I'm washing this year out the drain. I'm going to wash this drain right out of my hair. I'm just washing it out. It's all good. We lose 23-17. We're competitive. I'm happy because I'm not expecting much. No, the Giants are going to restructure any contracts. What do we got here? Irish River says, why are we still talking about Jimmy G? Get over it. DJ is our quarterback. Win, lose, or draw, go Giants. Because they keep bringing it up. Because people keep bringing it up. And like I said, the fact that the contract is not guaranteed, that kind of throws a monkey in the wrench. And Jimmy actually threw today. So that's probably why more people are bringing it up. James says, salute to all my G-Men brothers. Now hit the like button now. Hit the like button now. Timothy says, screw Danny Dimes. I want Jimmy G. I am not a Jones fan either, bro. And AJ, it's not that I'm not a Jones fan. I'm not going to say I am a Jones fan. I'm not a Jones. I'm not, but I'm just being realistic. And I think that's what a lot of people don't like, because you could be realistic and still understand things. You could be realistic. It's okay to be realistic, but sometimes realism and sports just kind of collide and don't really work well together. Irish Rover, we're going to go back to back here. No, Jimmy G for what? We're drafting a new quarterback anyway. So what's the point? I think the point is that people want Jimmy G to be like, they want him to be the bridge. How he just bridged Trey Lance. I think that's what they're saying. I think they want him to be the bridge. Why don't we run some laps? I don't know. I just saw run laps. Timothy, I'm going to Hershey Park tomorrow with my family. I'm not going to be at Giants Fest on Friday. Well, I hope you have a good time at Hershey Park. I like Hershey Park. I like Hershey Park during the winter, when they do the Christmas stuff. Matthew says, if is Arch in the next year's draft of 2024, can we declare next year? No, he can't. He can't declare next year. He's gonna have to wait a little bit before he declares. Chill, Daddy says 7-10. Bet on it. No, I'm like I said, I'm not saying no, and I'm not saying yes. I'm not betting on anything. No sangria for this weekend. No, I'm drinking Busch Apple beer. I got a ton of it in the refrigerator. I wish Arch was next year. He probably won't come out to 2024. Archie's going to be at least 2025 before it comes out. Toto has to say, what does Toto say? The Giants say 11-6 next season. We forget about it. I hope you're right. Ooh, don't be hating. Don't be hating. Don't be jealous. Rita's. This portion of Online Big Blue Sports is now being sponsored by Rita's, the best place to get ice cream, because if you're not like Daniel Jones and you don't suck, you can get some. Ooh, I like Rita's. I need a co-host right now so I can eat my Rita's. Could he declare for next year? No, he can't declare until his junior season. Now I want to watch Beverly Hills Cop. I still love it. Ain't gonna fall for no banana in the tailpipe. Tim, everyone wants James on the show, please. Sure, James can come on the show. James or whoever wants to come on the show, come on down. Come on down, because you know what? On Online Big Blue Sports, what do we do here? Lord knows what we do here. I'm gonna post it in the chat. Whoever wants to jump on it, come on down. Have a beer. Don't cost nothing. DJ says, DJ fell for the banana and tailpipe again. What does it say? Jeff says, here SNL is taking snaps at center and just actually he's looked pretty bad, they're saying, at center. But he's learning. I mean, you're asking a kid who barely knows how to play right guard, or left guard, to come in and play center. That's not good. Matthew said, let's hope it's 5 and we get a top 5 pick. Everyone's got to remember, though, 5 teams, including the Eagles, have 2 first-round picks next year. So a quarterback is going to be a little bit different to get. What does Skylar have to say? Jimmy don't have a strong arm like DJ. He's not as mobile and needs a good line and run game where we're sticking it out with DJ if he isn't good. You know what's funny? The things that you just said here. He needs a good line and a running game. That's what everyone says about DJ. I believe I can fly. 9-8. Okay, 9-8. James should hop on. Look, everyone wants James to hop on. James is probably in the laboratory somewhere. I know this is unprofessional, but who the hell said I'm a professional? That's good. We got free admission tonight at Poppycockers, except for all Eagle fans. You know about that is you have to wonder about the Eagles, though. You got to wonder about this division. I mean, I'm just curious. I would throw up a poll, but I have no idea how to do it. Where do we think, if we have to rank in the division, who's going to finish first through fourth? What do we got? What are people thinking? Who do we think is going to take the division? We got a pimp name slip back into his house as well. If we get a quarterback next year, I think it'll have to be a guy who's a project, like a Mahomes or a Lamar type. If there's a sure thing quarterback, we won't get him. No, if there's a sure thing, we won't get him. You know what's scary? Malik Willis is looking real good in Tennessee. They just talked about today how wonderful and how much he has turned the corner since his first days in camp. How much they are impressed on how much he has progressed since then. Dreadpool says we got Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Washington in that order. See, I think it's going to really be a toss-up. I find it interesting that you put the Giants third because we got Matthew saying the same thing. He's got Dallas, Philly, Giants skin. I don't know about Here's the thing with Carson. Good evening, Tyrone. What's going on, my brother? How you doing today? This is the thing about the Giants. Here's the thing. About Washington. You don't know who you're going to get with Carson Wentz. You don't know which Carson Wentz is going to show up. Carson Wentz is Jekyll and Hyde. You know, if you watched his games in Indianapolis, he could have that. He could have that turnaround. And you also got Tyler Heineke. And if the defense comes back, if Chase Young comes back, if the line comes back, they have some weapons on offense. I think it could be a battle for the Giants. This segment is now sponsored by Rita's. Watch me eat Rita's. This is called ASMR. It's ASMR. I learned what that was not too long ago. Philly possibly ahead of the Cowboys. It's a possibility. What do we? Adrian says Cowboys, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders, Eagles. I like how you put the Commanders in there. Oh, we got our first porn. If you don't know, go buy this porn. This Nude HRXYZ is a proud sponsor of Online Big Blue Sports. The best porn that you can get around. That's interesting. The Giants over Commanders. That means there's going to be a complete downfall in Philadelphia. Interesting. Mr. Authentic says, I think Washington is going to compete. I do too. I should rephrase that. I think if they recover from injuries, Carson Wentz turns it around. I think you think they could, because like I said, I do think they have the pieces to be something special. And I worry about Philly's draft. Philly's draft could either be lights out or it could be destructive. Hello from London, England. Do you know Dom? You know Dominic Palmer? Hello, Tony. Tony's here from London. It's late. It's late. What are you doing up this late, Tony? Besides watching me. Welcome, Tony. course, Tony, if you don't know, Dom is our one of my co-hosts for my Tuesday show is from London, and he's also going to be here. Matthew says, but welcome, Tony. Matthew says Giants will compete too long as they stay healthy. I think the Giants are going to compete too. I think the Giants will compete in certain games, but I also think there's going to be games that it's going to just go bad. Yeah, I think Dotson's a playmaker too. I got to stop reading. I have to stop reading the quotes before. You know what? We have a co-host jumping on in, coming to save. Here he comes to save the day. It's James.
Yo.
What's going on, man? What are you doing?
What's going on, brother? I was listening to you, enjoying the show.
I'm just, you know what? I'm just living life, man. Living life, just having one of those days.
I see, enjoying some readers. I see that. I said, let me come on to get the help so we could not have to sit up here and crazy trying to eat his dessert and entertain us at the same time.
I could do it all, man. Pimp things like I said, Washington is a really good quarterback back away from being good. What do you think about Washington? What do you think about the Commanders or the Wild Dogs or the Wild Hogs, whatever we want to call them? Mr. Authentic, they have a good playmaker in Dobson. I think with Carson Wentz, there could be that opportunity to, be something special, or he could be Carson Wentz one of his last year in Philadelphia.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. And shout out to Authentic and the Beard, like you said, the Beard's a Redskins fan, and I could say that Washington Redskins. I'm never calling them the Commanders. That's crazy. That sounds like an action figure from Cobra or G.I. Joe. Can we do it? Hail to the Redskins. All right.
Team. On the warpath. Fight.
Of course.
Carol DC.
Of course, you know the whole song. But honestly, I was just talking to my boy who was sitting next to me yesterday, and I was saying, the funny thing is, nobody's talking about the Redskins because they're just always they're like the slow kid in gym class, the last few years in the division. But Carson Wentz, he's familiar with the division. He's been here before. He knows the teams. He knows the layout of the land, and he pretty much knows this is probably his last hurrah to have a career or make something of himself.
To have a career, to continue his career.
So I got a feeling, like I said, we're going to be at the bottom of the division again. And I do think the Redskins are going to be fighting. I think all three of the teams are going to be competitive, Washington, Philly, and Dallas, to be honest, as long as nobody gets hurt. But I do think Carson Wentz is going to have his numbers on the Colts last year were not bad.
No.
Their win-loss record was crazy, but his personal numbers.
You can't fault him for that game in Jacksonville. That was a defensive failure as well.
That was just an ugly game. Yeah,
that was a bad game.
They just laid an egg on that one.
Skylar says, I hope we at least split with the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys. Don't we all hate the Cowboys, though?
I hate the Cowgirls. Honestly, if we beat them, if we only win 2 games, but we beat them and pound them out both games, I'll be ecstatic. That means we're going to pick in the top 3 and we smash the Cowgirls. So I'd be happy.
Terry McLaurin is going to be a steal. Fantasy football, and Wentz is now the quarterback. I agree. Mike Lee says Mike Lee is calling it Philly, Dallas, Washington, and DJ. Hey-o.
That's funny.
Yeah, we did well. What does Zach Attack have to say? A little virus on that computer. Get ready for a kind of a rocky start to the year, maybe 2-6. Fans are going to overreact, but they're going to forget that so much of the roster has changed, including the coaching staff. What do you think? And I know it's way early, and we don't like to make prognostications this early, especially in the season.
All right.
But I kind of think like Zach. I think with the new system, the new offense, the new defense, I think we're going to start off slow. I don't know, maybe 2-6. I'm thinking maybe 2-4. And then maybe then find a way to be 3-6. But I think it's going to be a slow start. I mean, what do you think? What do you think the best case scenario for the Giants would be to start, and what do you think the worst case scenario is going to be?
Well, worst case scenario, clearly would be going winless, start off 0-5, 0-6, and
that would be bad.
That would be worst case to me. And I think the best we can hope for is would you say? You said 2-4.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say 3-5. I'll say if we go 3-5. in our first 8, you should be ecstatic because
I think
that
you should
means
be crazy. That would
you
be
know
crazy.
I think that would mean like we're competing. I do think the defense is going to be how can I say more game shape ready maybe before the offense. I'll say I think the offense will take a couple weeks then to get going, and because I think they are adding some new things like you called it. They did they threw the kitchen sink. We're going to be running the Wildcat, Wishbone, Statue of Liberty, all of that. I think Dabo is going to pull out all the stops and gaps, and try to spruce up and keep the defense opposing defenses on their toes, because he knows he doesn't have a strong quarterback. He knows that, he knows.
So Tony Pugilist Boy is his cousin is an undrafted free agent, Corbin, the running back out of Florida State. So I'm a new follower from London. Well, Tony, I hope to God you subscribe to other channels because I want to just point out this is not the what would you say, James? This is not the this is not the normal channel. This is not a normal channel.
Yeah, this is the club behind the nightclub. Like this is not the one where all the fancy people and pretty people
we're the
go.
after hours club.
Yeah, we're the after hours spot. We got to come in the back
it's
door.
3 a.m. The bars are closed, and you know what? You got the special knock to get in.
With the sliding door. The sliding door. Who is it?
I want to say, where's the speakeasy? Tyrone cleans it up for me. Got rid of the porn. Zach has 5 to 6 wins. I can see that. The other Zach is going to go to bed. What time is it? Is it late? 8:56. Oh, he's probably got to work tomorrow.
All right, Zach, have a good one, bro.
Have a good day. Have a good night, Zach. Chill, Daddy says, I want to know why people think Woody from Toy Story is. I love that. Yeah, why do people think Woody from Toy Story Jones is the future? James, why? That's a good question. You are an intelligent man and not just a Giant fan, but just intelligence in general. What is something that show if you were sitting there, what do you think that let's say you are a Tennessee Titans fan.
Okay.
And you see Daniel Jones and you saw what he's done. No, seriously, you saw what he's done in the last 3 years. What would you think, and what would you even say be the strength for this kid?
All right, to be real, let's be real here. Because I said I started the Jones haters fan club, but I'm gonna be real here. I'm gonna be objective. If I was a Tennessee fan and I was talking to some people and some had to really say something positive about the Jones kid, I would say, well, he does appear to be athletic. Even though he did fall on his face, but he does appear to have some wheels. He does appear to be able to be mobile in the pocket. He's young. He's tall. He has all the physical features. I'm being serious.
He's got a good head.
I'm being serious. He's tall. Like when you look at him, he looks like the guy.
He looks like a
pro. He looks the part. Like he looks like okay. He no off the field trouble so far. He comes to work. From what I hear, he studies, he's a good guy. And I mean, when he makes his mind up, he does appear to throw a decent ball. He doesn't throw an ugly ball. I mean, his deep ball needs work, obviously, if that's possible, but he doesn't throw an ugly ball. It looks nice when he actually has his mind made up and his first read is there, maybe. Pretty. Yeah. So, and he's young.
You said that already.
Oh, I did? Crap. He's got a new haircut.
Do you think he watched the show and decided that Online Big Blue's been making fun of his hair for the last?
I think that honestly, I don't know. I saw him. I was like, oh, he's got a new do. I told my boy, I was like, oh, he's got a new do. This is a new man. He's like, nah, this is real DJ. No more Danny Pennies. It's all dimes now, baby.
Oh, it's Danny Quarters, baby. We graduated.
Danny half dollar, ladies.
Tony, you know what you got to do? You got to get your cousin to come on. We'll show him love.
Of course.
Get Mr. Corbin to come on. We'd love to have him on. Jeff says, I think we finished third in the division because one of the other 3 teams unexpectedly blows up. If there was a team in this division right now you would think would blow up in a bad way. Because every time I hear blow up, I say, I'm going to blow up.
Dallas.
Dallas. Why do you think Dallas would be the one that you would pick to blow up, to go awry?
Because secretly, I think Jerry is behind the scenes, like getting a little antsy. And if I pay attention to the other teams in our division, and from what I'm seeing over there is like he's not saying it's like a make or break year for McCarthy. But I think McCarthy, especially after, remember the way the game ended and how he handled that and everything in the playoff game.
There's already some rumblings about McCarthy already coming out.
There's some rumblings on McCarthy. There's a little rumblings on Dak. Like, where exactly does he stand on the echelon of quarterbacks? Like, is he elite, which he's not? Is he in that next tier, where he probably is, or is he just a little above average? Because he's had weapons. Ezekiel Elliott. They put a lot of money into him. Like Dallas has had.
They've had the opportunities. They've had
some opportunities, and they've had some decent teams. And while we've sucked, they've been pretty good, and they've had players. Yep. So I think Dallas, if things like let's say they start off like 2-4, and things aren't really looking the way, and let's say us in our division, like we actually give them a game. God forbid, they've had free wins off us the last 4 years. They can count on the Giants for 2 wins.
Yep.
So if we can change that, if they could get some losses somewhere they weren't expecting, I think that the ceiling in Dallas would start caving in. I think they're the one team that could fall off.
Matthew says, Tim started with fire today to start the show. James in the house to raise the roof. You know it. Christopher has to say, hey guys, what's up? Hope everyone's doing well. Let's go, Big Blue.
Yes, sir.
Matthew says, I'm always calling Washington. Yeah, I'm always calling Washington the Redskins and Cleveland the Indians.
That's right. What is it? The Gladiators?
I love it. I love it though with Adrian. The Commanders has the worst name in the league.
That's hard. Yeah, that's trash.
Chill Daddy says he wants the Washington Commodore 64s.
I like that better.
You got AJ Brown, Lamb, Terry are all going to lay up the Giants if Wink brings it too much. That's a great point. Wink is in a division where there is a plethora of wide receiver talent.
There is
quality wide receiver talent.
Oh, and what did I text you? Not to cut you off, brother, but what did I text you earlier about who may be looking to go to Dallas or who we're
going to talk about OBJ in a minute. We're going to talk
Okay.
But you forgot Smith on that list as well.
Oh, the guy we were supposed to get. Right? And somehow they managed and got him. Oh, right. And then they got AJ Brown to go with him, right? Yeah.
They're not going to be bad. Dreadpool says Tyrod Taylor, Garoppolo, or Wentz as a bridge quarterback, but Jones doesn't work out. What's your bridge quarterback if Jones doesn't work out?
I mean, if I'm just looking for a bridge, I'll just ride out with Double T. I mean, we paid him, 15, 18. I mean, that's what he's here for. Dabo knows him. He's a professional. He knows he's not the future, but he'll come here, do his job, be professional, win us a couple games, will be respectable, and he'll help show the other guy, just is how you conduct yourself as an NFL mature quarterback.
All right, guys, hit the like button. Come on, we're only at 41 likes.
Hit that like button. We slipping today.
Matthew's got a serious question. Won't the fan base be calling for Schoen and Dable's heads if we only won 5 games again, though? Serious question. Do you think the fan base? I am sitting there saying this is a lost season, so I'm not worried. But do you think there is a segment of the fan base that's going to blow it up and say you got to get rid of these guys again?
Well, I mean, there's a segment of the fan base that thinks Daniel Jones is going to turn into Josh Allen. So people have hopes and dreams and nightmares all over. But honestly, this is a throwaway year for Joe and Dabo. It doesn't matter for them. They know that, and Mara knows that. They're going into this year with somebody else's weapons. That's right. Like going in to make Thanksgiving dinner and somebody's using somebody else's ingredients and recipes. They're going to make their own meals. I mean, they started to lay the foundation a little bit, but they're going to really get their pieces in the next draft.
That's like, that's like someone comes to your house, gives you mac and cheese and doesn't give you the recipe.
But I'm just going to bring you more. It's a totally different situation.
I could just also make some more when you're not here.
Oh, yes. Well, hey, man. Listen, man. I'm
not saying that. No, just throwing that shit out there. It's definitely a different year than normal. I'm excited to see both sides of the ball play out. I'm excited. I mean, like I said, I went out and got tickets. So I'm either excited or I'm stupid.
No, you're not a fan. You're a hater.
I'm a
You
hater.
don't like the Giants. You're a hater, man. You just get on here. What you got that hat on for? You don't love the Giants. Look at that screen behind you.
I love it because I wore this today. This is actually what I wore all day. Thank you. Most of us here are fairly reasonable. You go on other chats. You go on other chats, and
I do.
And I don't. So what is the pulse right now? Or I'm not going to say what chat you go on or what channels you go on, but what is the pulse right now of the I don't know what to call them, but what is the pulse right now from the other chats about the Giants season?
It's one of two things: just positive and skepticism.
Okay.
Positive skepticism, depending on which side of the ball you're on. So most fans, I mean, we're all positive, right? Because we have Joe and Dable, right. New head coach, new general manager, new direction, new attitude, changing the culture. So we're all positive and feeling good about that. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all feeling good about that going forward. We are, all of us. So that's good. But then there's the cracks, in the pavement where it's like, well, we feel good about all that. We got Kayvon, our offensive line actually looks like it's starting to get better. Like we're getting some real pieces to put on there, even though our center is up and down right now. But the cracks are obviously the quarterback. What are we going to do about Saquon? Are we? That's another thing. People, we took Saquon number 2, and this guy really, because of injuries and other factors, like he really hasn't been the force we wanted him to be. So that's a big decision too. Right.
There's a lot of decisions that need to be made with that.
But a lot of fans are, we're all hopeful, as we should be. Like, when I say I'm a Jones hater, I say that in jest. I am the president of the DJ Haters fan club. I am that.
Text messages to prove that you're lying.
I am, but I say that it's like I don't hate him. Like, I just hate that he sucks at his job. If you came into my job and I was supposed to do something for you and I messed it up, you wouldn't be proud of my work. And it's the same thing. Plus, let's not forget, this guy's $15 million richer for sucking at his job. So I'm not going to feel too, as long as he walks away, in one piece, I'm not going to feel too bad for that guy.
You don't feel bad. That also, I put it back on down the bottom there. I've been getting a lot of good messages. There's the online Big Blue 800 number. Call, leave a message, and I'm going to play the messages on some of the videos. Just keep it clean. That's all I ask. Just keep it clean.
I wonder what kind of messages you've been getting.
I've actually been getting good messages. They've actually been really good. I just got to find the time. No, Tony, the teams are practicing tomorrow. Their off day is on Sunday. Adrian B says mobility is always suspect with Jones. He's either falling or fumbling. So hard for me to say mobility at his strength. Yeah, I don't think Jones is a mobile quarterback. I've said this. He's not mobile, agile, and hostile. I've said this. I think when I said it a million times, he's like that 77 Chevy I used to have. You get it going downhill. Picked it up some steam. There you go. It was shit color brown too. So I think that was the color in the 70s. Oh, we got to drop someone in here though. We got to drop someone in here because he's smiling. I love when people smile. He's smiling because you want to know why? Because it's doing it. L.
Yo.
Looking good though. You're looking like you've been working out. You're looking good today. What's up?
Trying to get slim. It's the summer. The summer's out.
It's the summertime. We haven't talked to you in a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't been on, to be quite honest. It's been really, really busy.
That's your own fucking problem. That's not my problem. You're supposed to be on no matter what. I called James at home to bug him to get him on.
James.
He's my brother, so it's all right. He can do that.
I'm allowed to call him and bust his chops. What do you? I mean, since we really, and I'm glad you were able to jump on training camp. Have you been following training camp?
I have. I've just been getting the snippets at the end of the day. Just been jumping on, been seeing what obviously is all kind of covered by the Giants. I don't know if I'm getting the real like litmus test of what's really going down, but at the end of the day, I think I'm getting a lot of the vibes that Jones, it is what it is with Jones.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I think, to be honest with you, I think they've already made a decision for Jones. I'm not sure what these people, all these Giant fans are drinking this Kool-Aid.
Right.
That he is not going to become this Josh Allen. Let's be honest and let's bust that bubble because it ain't happening. I think this is his 4th year.
Yeah, going into year 4.
Just the odds, just like there is no story in the NFL that a 4th-year quarterback comes out and just balls out and gets this massive contract. No, I think the best case scenario for him is he becomes like the greatest thing since sliced bread, and he gets franchise tagged.
Right. Do you think though, if you do think, let's say he throws for 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 19 interceptions, do the Giants franchise him?
I think I have to think about it. I wouldn't, but
right.
I think they would.
Well, I'm going to make this question even better for you
because then it becomes a year to prove it again,
like Leonard Williams.
Yeah.
So my question is this: if that happened, let's say he throws for 4,000, 28, 17, would Gettleman franchise him?
Oh, Gettleman, yeah, that's his boy.
Okay, so would Shane? That's the question. Though. Would Shane though?
No, I don't think Shane. Shane is not tied to him like that.
Right.
I think Shane is being told. Like, I think this is all Mara. I think telling Shane, you got to give this man the last year. This is it. This is it. You're not tied to him. Let it rip, because this is like what James said. This is kind of a throwaway year. This is kind of like Dable and Shane are getting their feet wet their first year, I think.
Right.
And at the end, they know
for everybody.
Like 80% of this roster was already constructed by the last regime, and they have to kind of eat it. They have to this is what they have to deal with.
Yeah, I agree. We got to give a shout out to Tuto for the super chat. Tim, I've cleaned up your live chat with the first of all, Tuto, the porn trolls, they're not trolls. That's my advertisers. I don't want to have a wrench, but I've done much better with all the mods on your channel. My mods are slow.
They do exist. I'm telling you, they do exist.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
You know what we got let's run. Well, I got the 3 of y'all. Let's run through some of these because I want to make sure we don't miss anybody here. Let's see. Matthew says the Bieber Bowl haircut is gone. Yes, he is. The Bieber Bowl haircut. I think he took some pointers from L. Looking dapper, sitting there looking clean, Mr. Clean, fresh. That's what's up. We got Giants 34 in the house. We got Cream saying, "What's up, Tim? What's up, James? What's up, everyone?" Same Manuel. Let's see. Jay Manuel says, "Could this be this is a good question from Jay. I'm going to start with James. Could this be a career year for Saquon? Could he do better or do more than he did that rookie season, that Pro Bowl, All-Pro rookie season?"
More, I would say probably around the same. Maybe some more, maybe hopefully he's learned a little more how to run in between the tackles, how to get those little short yardages, a little bit better, so maybe he's picked up how to block better, pass block for DJ, things like that. But I think if he gives us what he did in that rookie year, and it was that could be that just that bang gone, that home run hitter, which we need him to be, then I think we'll be happy with that. I don't know. As far as resigning him, maybe he'll get franchise tag. That was a good point. El brought up about DJ with the franchise. I forget about the franchise tag sometimes.
Well, you also have to remember you have the transition tag as well. So there you could fall in either or. L, same thing. Saquon. Jay is saying this could be a career year for Saquon.
I think. If I would sign up for that if he gives us what he gave us his rookie year. But it's still you also got to remember that really didn't help to anything. We were still a 5-win team. You know what I mean? We're all thinking.
But was it our defense was really bad that year, though, right? I think that year.
Guys, you're being negative.
Yeah, we was just cheating.
You're being negative. This is positivity.
I'm saying, but I'm realistic too.
That's right.
He went off, but we still were a 5-win team.
Yes, but you have to remember that was the Shermer year, and we've talked about that. There actually was that season, like winnable games, but we're not going to get into that. But you're right.
Tim, to be honest with you, brings to my next point. I think people are hyping up this offense, or I think our best shot is really our defense, even though we're going to be living and dying by the sword of Wink's all-out blitz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Wink attack.
I think that, to be honest with you, just by looking at the schedule and the quarterbacks that are on that schedule, none of them are like world beaters. You've got like Lamar that's on there. You've got obviously Aaron Rodgers, yes.
Malik Willis.
Okay, sure. But I think by everyone in the NFL spheres, Wink is like the most hardest defensive coordinator to game plan against.
Now,
so
but here's the thing. Here's the thing I want to talk about that for a second, though. Wink was great in 2020, 2019, had a very good season in 2018, had a bad season in 2021 because he lost both his Pro Bowl corners. That's why the defense in Baltimore last year was bad. They lost Peters and I can't remember the other guys. They lost them both. And the same thing, Wink, his 3 seasons where they were phenomenal, had 2 Pro Bowl corners and a Pro Bowl safety. So the question really begs to differ. Does Wink have the talent to fully run this style of defense with the secondary that's currently in place?
I don't think he has the secondary, but I do believe he's got the front 4, or at least those 2 edges, because I think Tibbs is going to give people the run for their money. I think Tibbs come in, and I don't think they're going to be ready for him. To be honest with you, he's going to be the Micah Parsons for this year. That's what I see.
I hope so, because it's not like we could have had Josh Allen and Parsons.
Well, imagine that if we would have done that.
Plus, we would have had Leonard Williams, right, James?
The almost sack king? Are you kidding me?
He's always around.
Almost sack.
We got to acknowledge Motorcycle 365. Just finished a long 12-hour shift at the Children's Hospital. What's up, Tim? Well, you know what? I didn't know you worked at the Children's Hospital because all of our super chats go to Philadelphia Children's Hospital. So, Motorcycle 34, welcome. We got Giants 34 saying, Tim, what are some of the excuses? Oh, this is going to be good, James. I'm going to start with you with this one. What are going to be some of the excuses that you think DJ fans will come up with when he plays terrible?
Oh, you're already hearing it. You're hearing people complain about the center position and Evan Neal's not looking that great. So the offensive line is still a problem. Saquon, we don't have a real running back like a Brandon Jacobs. Saquon is not that guy. So my favorite. It's a new system. He has to learn a whole new system, guys. I mean, geez, man, God forbid he has to learn a new system of play. He's a $1 million. Sorry, he's a $15 million quarterback, and God forbid he has to learn a new handbook. Jeez.
Boy, I'm glad this time it wasn't me.
It's crazy, though. It's like, God, this is his job. It's his job. This is his job.
Hey, rant over here.
I was gonna say, you know what? I thought the first 5-minute rant I had at the beginning was good. But L, what are the excuses? Or are there excuses? Are people gonna just start smartening up?
I mean,
I had to laugh that one to myself.
I mean, this is his 4th year, guys. This is it. This is put up or shut up. This is the end of the road for DJ. This is the boys to men. It's hard to say goodbye. You know what I mean? Bro, this is you
James already got it in his head.
Say goodbye. Hard to say goodbye, but you gotta go. You gotta go.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. No. When we get a real quarterback in here, we've watched Jake Fromm, Mike Glennon, in all my years of watching New York Giants quarterback play. I think I've never been more embarrassed. Mike Glennon, he couldn't hit a 10-yard out. Yeah. And he's sitting there looking like, damn, that didn't make it.
It bounced.
You didn't catch that, bro? It hit your cleat.
Because even Dave Brown, Dave Brown looked like an all-pro quarterback compared.
Yo, Danny Cannell was better. Dave Brown was better. What's the dude with the Kent Graham was better?
Don't go crazy. Don't go crazy about Ken Graham being better.
He wasn't better than DJ. Let's be serious.
Quarterback.
No, I've seen Ken Graham play in person. He had moments.
Well, guess what DJ had? What is he had? He had a couple moments, so they're like on the same par.
But he actually, and look, I'm defending Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones actually, oh my God, I'm looking for the bolt of lightning. Daniel Jones actually had a complete game against the Saints and Tampa. You can't say that about Ken Graham.
Nah,
Ken Graham wasn't a number 6 pick in the draft.
That's true. And Ken Graham, he did destroy what's his name's Denver's undefeated season. So I mean,
and the
Boomer Cat.
word,
yeah,
the Hail Mary.
Yep. There we go. Emmanuel Reese is in the house. Chill Daddy says that Woody's going to be the bridge. Emmanuel wants to, how you guys doing? We got Irish Rover dropping in, says the Cowboys will fade fast due to 2 of their players being overpaid on and their O-line. Jones will not be able to afford. The house of cards will fall. I really hate the Cowboys.
So
Does anyone like the Cowboys?
No, I really hate them.
No,
I hate them the most. My boy next to me hates the Eagles. You know, I know a lot of people hate the Eagles, but it's the Cowboys, yo. It's the Cowboys. It's like with those years when they had Romo and we had Eli, even when we would beat them, somehow it would still be like, but Tony Romo's the man, and it's Tony Romo, and he's Tony Romo. Tony, because Tony got the Romo. And it's just, I'm like, what? And I'm like, fourth quarter interception, man. Yo, y'all remember that game? Peyton Manning, the Broncos, and the Cowboys. It was an amazing game. It was, and Tony Romo, I think, had one of his best games. And of course, fourth quarter interception, 3 minutes to go. Tony Romo on clockwork. And it's just, I hate the Cowboys, man. I hate the Cowboys. Jerry Jones, Jim Jones, all the Joneses. I hate them all, man. Hate them. Hate them.
Mike Lee says that that's just great that I can just jump right in. The delusional fans will call for their heads and the Giants start slow out the gate. Manuel, I'm not going to go to Fan Fest. I have people coming to the house, so that's not happening. Let's see here. Smash the like button. Yes, please smash the like button. We need 55. We got 53. The porn is back, but I took care of that. Tyrone says, I'll be here playing Tim's admin, deleting your porn. I had admins, and you know what? I never know when I'm going to stream.
You know what? That's Jimmy G's agent trying to get in. That's Jimmy G's agent.
That's just other people. That's just other people who are just jealous. Donovan said, I believe in our new GM. So do I. Look is what I want to see here. Mr. Roberts, Mr. Roberts, I got my eyes peeled on the college quarterbacks coming out next. I'm not going that far yet.
God.
I mean, I can't go, guys. I really can't. I can't go that far yet.
I'm that already.
I mean, I gotta wait. At least I gotta see DJ at least take a snap. In a game. Once he takes a snap, then I can say, what's that kid in Florida doing?
They're watching college spring training. That's how bad it is.
We're already looking at college with summer football.
Oh my God!
You kidding me? Can't win a game or two.
Let's give him at least 2 games. 2 games. Let's all agree right now that we are going to give Daniel Jones 2 games, and then we'll start scouting college quarterbacks. Christopher says, "Look, all I want is for the Giants to progress in the win column, to be competitive, relevant in the middle of the pack in the league." L, do you think the Giants have any opportunity to be in the middle of the pack? Because that means you'd be sitting at like 16.
Remember how you said we're the team of the ifs?
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a lot of ifs for that to happen. Like if Daniel Jones can be the quarterback that he needs to be to run the offense. If Saquon and the offensive line could block,
right?
If our defense holds up, and we don't have 2 innocent bystanders at corner. And our offense and a defensive line can actually get to the quarterback, not just pressure the quarterback.
That's the key, but that is the key, and I think a lot of people. That is the key, though, because if you take a look at Baltimore, while they did not have someone that had 15, 16 sacks, they had multiple people that had multitudes of sacks, but they finished the play. They got to the quarterback. And I've said this before, that you need to have an end result. It's not about, well, he has 57 pressures. The pressure is a stat that is used by fans and beat writers. And I can tell you firsthand, NFL teams don't use pressures.
And you know what? To add
They
to
use
that,
quarterback hits and they use sacks, not pressures.
I believe in Jerome Henderson. That DB coach can coach. He can coach some DBs.
Well, let's hope he does.
We saw it last year because all those position coaches, especially our offensive line and defensive line, I don't know what they were doing. But Jerome Henderson somehow figured it out and was pulling people off the street and putting people in position to play. And we saw Aaron Robinson sort of like know what he was doing last year, especially his last like 3 or 4 games. So if he can put in a true camp and come in ready, I think the kid could actually play and like, you know, hold himself to be adequate. He don't need to be all this crazy. Like if he could be anything like, remember Corey Webster?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's my man.
I was gonna say that's James's guy.
Yo, Corey Webster, every Giant fan wanted that man gone.
Every year.
And as soon as the playoffs started in 2007, I don't know what happened to Corey Webster, but the light switch just turned on and the man became like, you know, shut down corner. Like he had a little island by himself. Nobody, you know, he was shutting down all these like great wideouts.
Yep.
You know, and that's what some of these players, that's what needs to happen. Things need to like, you know, they need to be at a certain height and level or whatever. But could this happen? I think, yeah, of course. Anything. I mean, what is he? Was a 2nd round pick, Corey Webster?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's Christopher says, I think the rookies will have a good year. Tim, Giants 34. Tim, how many losses from last year were because of coaching? Do you think we can win 3 to 4 games just because of coaching? I think we can. I think the latter part of the season where the team fell apart was not just about coaching. It was just the fact that we just don't have talent. We didn't have talent. And you can't coach what you don't have.
And we checked out.
Vince Lombardi.
Yeah.
Going back to the Redskins, you know, he just didn't have the talent when he got there, you know, after he left the Packers. So, I mean, you could be Vince Lombardi and still have the Redskins. So, I mean, I think you got to look at it that way. What do we got here? It says it's not that we've taken Wings' needs. It's durability, it's talent, it's new system. There's going to be excuses for everything. Giants 34 is laughing. Of course, he's giving the excuses why Daniel Jones is going to fail. Giants 34 says, I'm sorry I started up James. I apologize, DJ fans. I have not seen Daniel Jones' new haircut, though.
You didn't see it?
I have to admit, I have not seen it. I mean, is it of better quality, or does it still look like he's got the bowl on his head from Supercuts?
So he looks like he's about to go work for Merrill Lynch.
Maybe that's his next job.
Word. Yes, briefcase in hand.
You got briefcase in hand. Now I have to go look. Now I just have to go look for the fun of it.
I'm telling you, man. That dude's going to be a hell of an accountant.
He's gonna be one hell of an insurance salesman.
That's gonna be honest with you.
I can see Daniel Jones now. Blue 64. I can sit here and I can take your homeowner's insurance and auto insurance and combine them all. Come on. Auto insurance.
Yo, he's gonna have a commercial where he's throwing a pass in the commercial. Hey, you want to complete a touchdown for your great quote? Come on down to see Danny Dimes.
Oh my God.
Call DJ.
Call DJ. Call DJ.
Better call DJ.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
All right. Mr. Alvarez says some people are coming at the rookies who are about to be in their second years too, but Jones will get a free pass. It's his 4th. It makes sense. You know, I have to, you know, I got to agree. You got a lot of people that are going to be, this is put up or shut up years. And you hear about these people like O'Shane Zimenez and Shane Lemieux and everyone else, but you're still making the excuses, you know, for Daniel Jones.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. Well, somebody was saying that O'Shane Zimenez is like the greatest okey doke. He's like the greatest camp player, but he doesn't replicate on the field. Like he has the greatest camps ever.
But see, O'Shane didn't even have a good camp the last couple of years, and he had 4.5 sacks that first season, and then coming out Old Dominion, like I have an O'Shane Zimenez jersey. I have a number 53 jersey up in my closet. I mean, he never learned anything beyond the swim move that he used at Old Dominion.
I got one move, baby. I got one move.
All I need.
That's all I need,
That's all
man.
I need.
That's
I
all I
got
need.
one
I'm about
move,
to
baby.
get him.
That's like sitting there
Get him with the one move.
with the ladies. I got one line though with the ladies. You know.
On the dance floor, I got one move, baby. Two steps. Two steps. That's all I got.
That's a hell of a career if you only got one move and you made it to the NFL, though.
But the only problem is he just never can stay healthy. Plus, he can't stay healthy. So that I think that's the other part. What does Mark Thompson have to say from all the way from Barbados? So James, how do you feel about the Cowboys again? It wasn't clear to me. Do you need to pontificate about the Cowboys again?
Nah, I think nah.
Rant part 2.
The rant part 2. When James oh my God, we got to put the porn back in time out. Those that do not know, if you're looking for the best porn, go to Nude HD XYZ. They are the best porn site and dating site there is around. They are a proud sponsor here of Online Big Blue Sports, along with
Yo, you was a fool for that.
Told you there was some poppycockers in there, guys.
They want everyone wants poppycockers, man. That's the big question I got you for. Are you going to be on the stream August 5th for the ticket giveaway?
I'm gonna be out at FanFest.
Oh, it's at 9:00 at night or 10:00 at night.
I'm gonna be on the phone then. I want that ticket
because we got T Brad in the house. I see the T Brad. I see the T Brad hiding. I see him hiding. I'm gonna put that in the link because I gotta see T Brad. I gotta see everyone together. It's like a family reunion.
What up, T?
What does Irish Rover have to say? Shane inherited the island of misfits. He kind of did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's a good. I like that.
He kind of did because it's the lack of talent that I think
got smooth sounds of Kenny G, Danny Dimes, king of the almost sack.
Oh,
look at these guys got better nicknames than they are players, man. Come on, man.
Brad can't jump in because he says it's the Justice League. Which one's Hawkman?
It's like the whack Justice League.
It's like the No Vengers.
Oh,
the No Vengers.
The No Vengers. This man is at a concert.
This man is out.
There he is. You know it's something going on. He's got the hat, man. He's got it. Where
loving it.
You can't hear. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
I don't know what concert we're at, but I want to be there. Where are we at? He can't.
You step day. I can hear you. You step
you
day.
can hear?
You can hear me.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it hasn't started yet. We're still waiting.
I was gonna say it's already 9:30.
Oh, you got first row seats too.
What are you sitting in the front row?
Yeah, why not?
Of course.
Why not?
Why not? You know what? On this site, you never know what's gonna go on. We got porn. We got T Brad at the concert.
Live on the scene, looking smooth.
He's smooth criminal. He's looking good right now, man. I gotta tell you, I love the hat, and I love that. I love the white hat. What's that? Oh, he keeps cutting out.
No, I was saying peace out, people.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you jumping in. And there's Mr. T Brad. He's sitting there. He's at the concert. Oh man, you gotta love it. Thank you, T Brad, for jumping in. Let's see. Tuto has cleaned up the porn again. I appreciate that. It's always fun, guys. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna drop you off for a second because I'm gonna talk to James for a few minutes because I only got a few minutes left. I appreciate you jumping in as always, giving your insight, giving us the fun, dropping the knowledge, and as always, before you leave, you got to give us a final thought.
Just whoever's hating, stop the hate. Just congratulate. Hey, let's have fun, man.
Ooh. Nothing but love.
Let's have fun.
Right.
Let's be optimistic. Whatever happens here, I think it's going to be for the better. I think we're still building. There's going to be foundation pieces that are going to be put in place for the years to come. To be honest with you, I don't. People are making it too much out of these training camp. To be honest with you, let's take it preseason by preseason game, and let's go on by there. I think people are jumping way too much into conclusions. it's too crazy, man. I can't remember it being this like too like it's going this way, but it's going the other. It's just too much, and I think the fan base needs to relax and just have fun. This is still a game.
At the end of the day, you're right. It's still a game, 100%.
Peace, y'all.
Well, I appreciate it.
Peace.
There's the Big L. The Big L always coming here, dropping some knowledge, teaching us all something. I love this. Mark Thompson says, "I'm surprised T-Brad wasn't eating something."
Nah, he's out smooth, about to have a concert somewhere in Philly. He said.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Giants for what players from Gelman's draft or free agency can we have a breakout year because of the scheme? I think Blake can have a good year since it is a blitzing defense. Well, Blake isn't really a blitzing linebacker. He's kind of an in the box, fill the gap linebacker. So I mean, I don't think he's gonna have a good defense. Is there anyone that is left over though, James, from the ghetto disaster that you think could really turn the corner this year? I mean, I'm gonna say Barkley. I'm gonna take the easy way out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get shot with arrows for this because he sucks right now. But I really liked Slayton the first year. He was like DJ.
Good years before you.
Yeah, like his first year was really good. He was DJ's go-to man his first 2 years. Like,
and he actually had a better year the second year, a little bit.
And he just forgot how to catch. He just forgot how to catch. It's crazy.
If anyone wants some information, there was a video done about Darius Slayton. I don't know, by a dashing young YouTuber who's wearing a Giants hat and blue shirt that points out the fact of what happened to Darius Slayton. I think people should go watch that video. Riddle me this, says Logic Finest. After 3 years of below average play, why in God's names do Daniel Jones, for the fans, think Daniel Jones deserves a contract?
I said the haircut.
The haircut.
He's tall.
He's tall, and now has a nice haircut.
And no off the field trouble.
T-Brad says, "Thank you for letting me jump on the stream." Well, T-Brad, I love when T-Brad, because T-Brad was in a club once and he came on the stream. I remember that. I thought that was pretty funny too. Actually,
he always pop up live on the scene. That's dope.
That's it, man. You know what? You gotta love it because that's support. Christopher says, "DJ commercials want a piece of the rock? Well, let me throw it to you with a great quote. You dope." I like that one. Logic's Finest, there's optimism and there's blind hope. You're right. Logic's Finest says, "James, respect, big salute to Tim. T-Brad's in the house."
What up, Logic?
We got everyone. I believe that Irish Rover saying Thomas is going to be the guy. Is going to be the
Thomas.
Yeah, I could see that. Let's see here, and we also got Mark Thompson said the Big O has the O has a big playbook. It depends on the quarterback and wide receivers being on the same page. With a quarterback who processes slowly, what do you think is going to happen? You know what, James? That's actually a really good point because I don't think a lot of people address this. The Dable system, if it's going to be the Buffalo system, is a complicated system. And wide receivers are kind of like we mentioned before. It's like the Kevin Gilbride offense back with Eli Manning. The wide receivers have the autonomy to change their routes. You have multiple players who I would not refer to as quality route runners, and a quarterback that does have an issue processing the plays. Because if you did watch that 7-on-7 drill, the one that he threw the really bad interception to Adoree Jackson, it was a 2-man rush, and he still seemed to hold on the ball forever. I mean, I think Mark is 100% right. This could be a recipe for disaster.
I mean, it's funny because I was watching clips of Dable, and he actually seems to be like, from what I hear, like he's actually on them, not in the negative way, but like when the guys make a mistake and they're not, like he's there pointing it out, like, hey, this is what you did wrong, or right, you should have did this. So I just want to point out that is a good thing. I think he actually is getting some really good hands-on training again.
He's getting tutored.
And eyes on, tutored again. But the negative aspect of that is when he's making his mistakes, Dable, because he's actually watching him, because this is Dable's first time out. He cares. He's gonna notice DJ's mistakes more glaringly, and if DJ doesn't clear them up, Dable's gonna realize, okay, this is just what this guy is here in year 4. I can't come in and reinvent the wheel here at the end, regardless of, and I get it, yes, different coaches and all that, but if DJ is not able to, as Mark, excuse me, and you pointed out, process the information, which he is slow at doing. He has kind of been the mad patter, as you and my boy and a couple other people have said, like where he stands there and just
pass the ball,
and it's like, combined with what you said, yes, receivers you have to be on the same page or kind of know what your receiver is thinking based on what the defense is playing. And I don't think DJ has really been in really great sync with any of his receivers. I mean, and, let's not forget Kenny Galladay, our big number one, was a deep threat. Like, he's another guy. He needs to get on the same page with him. So, that's a major issue. And I think, but that's part of the reason why I say, like, DJ's not the guy, because he's not able to do that. Like, a quarterback has to be able to process information in under 2.5 seconds, under 2 seconds, most cases. So I understand it's a hard job. It's a very demanding job. I get it. But if you can't do that, then
it's not an easy job. And like I said, I don't think we're sitting here at any point in time saying that, that we think that we could do any better, or we think that he's not trying or he's just, or he's not doing what he's supposed to do. But I think the bigger question is the totality of the fact is, does he have the wherewithal to process what he needs to process? Does he have the ability to understand that he's got to move certain ways in the pocket? He's got to do certain things. I mean, does he have that understanding? And at the end of the day, I mean, do you think, James, that he's gonna find something that may give fans that hope, that glimmer of hope?
I'll be honest. I've told you this off camera. I've told my brother sitting next to me. I said between the 8, it's like by game 8, we'll know. Like by
game 8 though. Do you mean I can't even talk? Do you mean that we're gonna know that is he gonna be the guy for 2023? Or is he gonna? Or do you mean we're gonna know as in he's even gonna still?
We're gonna know everything by game 8. We're gonna know everything, because I think I know and I know you were kind of speaking in jest when you said 2 games earlier, but a realistic thing is by the 8th game, week 8. Even we going into week 9. Depending on what our record is, depending on how he's looked,
right?
You're going to know. Again, this is year 4. It's year 4. It's not like this is his first time on the bike out the barn. No, he's done this. He's tried this many times. He just keeps falling, and it's fine. But by week 8, if he's still stumbling and fumbling and bumbling, then we'll know. Like, and don't get it twisted. He may still be left out there. Dable. I'm not saying that Tyrod's gonna come in. I'm not saying we're gonna take Jimmy G. I'm just saying by week 8, us as fans, we will know. We don't need ESPN for that,
Do you think there's going to be a point though where I don't want to call them the DJ lovers. I don't like that word. I guess I don't really fucking care. But do you think what point for them in your mind do you think it's going to take for them to finally say, I mean, the DJ, I want to call them the DJ apologists. When do you think they're going to reach that point and just kind of say, hey, you know what? Maybe it is time to move on.
I don't know, man. Like, honestly, like it's weird. It's almost like it's felt like politics to me, the DJ thing. It's so divisive where it's like I'm sitting here looking at him and I'm like, well, he's not that good. And somebody's going, well, it's not his fault. And it's you would think he was the son of Eli Manning.
Right.
You would really think that, or the son of Jason Sehorn, or like somebody, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where all this love and support for this guy who's never done the job comes from. And I'm being honest with that. Like, we're sports fans. We are New York Giants fans, not one guy stands. One guy is never above the team.
Right.
And the guy's not even that good.
But that's kind of, and you're kind of, I mean, I was kind of trying to lead you down to that point that you just so eloquently put. We're not the New York Daniel Joneses. We are the New York Giants. And to your point, what is the rationale for some people that think that this team lives and dies. In some ways, you always live and die with your quarterback. But what is the rationale that sometimes people are thinking that DJ is the only, and I've seen this before, that DJ is going to be the only reason why we succeed. DJ is going to be the only reason why we fail. There's 52 other guys on the roster.
I love football because it's the ultimate team sport. As important as the quarterback position is, guess what? Tom Brady, yo, the golden boy, the greatest quarterback ever. Guess what? If he didn't have Teddy Bruschi, if he didn't have some of those guys on defense, if he didn't have Bill Belichick coming up with those schemes too, and yes, golden arm clutch plays take nothing away from that man ever. But if he didn't have those guys on defense, if he didn't have Bill Belichick's mind, would he have all these Super Bowl rings? It's a team game from top to bottom.
It's a team sport. Alien says, "Can I get the porn link? I'll check it out for you, Tim." Of course, we are sponsored by. I already got the name of the porn. We are sponsored by Nude HD XYZ. The best in adult porn or whatever it does. I don't know what it does. Oh my goodness gracious! Great balls of fire. Logic's Finest said, let's burn these. A career journeyman, a total bust is Will Hernandez for the offensive lines.
I forgot about him. Wasn't he good the first year? Or am I bugging?
He was okay the first year.
He wasn't good the first year. I thought he was like pretty good. Like he was like feisty. Like I remember him getting into it.
He was feisty. He was.
All right, he fell off too. Like we had a lot of guys that came in and looked good, that first, and then just fell off.
Lorenzo Carter, O'Shane Zimenez. He had these guys that came in the first.
Lorenzo Carter, like how many times is like he's turned the corner. He's turned the corner.
I think Lorenzo's going to have a good season in Atlanta.
I do too. I think he'll be solid. Like he's not street trash. Like he's not that. But he's not.
Question: who's trying to escape out of the garage, and why is the rope not tight enough?
Oh, because that's not one of the prisoners. That's one of the guards.
That's one of the guards. All right. Mr. Alvarez says, "Do you think Sterling Shepard will get a new contract?" No, he's not going to get a new contract. He's going to be gone. No. Irish versus James has it right. If DJ worked for me, he would have been. Great point. If DJ worked for me, he would have been fired by now. That's a great point. That is an excellent point. That is an excellent point. Let's see here. John, what's up? What's going on? Thoughts on Evan Neal?
It's too early.
I
know. I know that you're probably alluding to that people are hearing that things coming out that he's not. He's getting beat. He's getting burned, beat, whatever. And it's like, well, he's a rookie. And it's been about what 8 days, 9 days, something. Oh no, he's been there a little longer. Excuse me, whatever. But nah, it's too early for that with the rookies. Like too early for the rookies.
I like this one because whoever said this is why Twitter is the bastion of the great unwashed. Someone on Twitter said DJ will be like Drew Brees on another team.
Yo, that is one thing we should talk. Like, there are a lot of people who do think that though. Like once we do let him go, that some other team, there's going to be this massive, shark feeding frenzy of teams rushing to get Daniel Jones, and he's going to go to another team. And yes, it's going to be like when Drew Brees left the Chargers, and it was like, yeah, but Drew Brees was actually good when he was on Chargers.
Drew Brees, Drew Brees had one bad season with the Chargers when he went 2-9. He had a record of 30-28. He had a season of 11-4-9. He had 3 years in a row of 11-4, 9-7, and 10-6. Threw for over 4,000 yards his last. He threw for 33,575 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. Drew Brees' problem was he was injured.
He got cracked and he got hurt.
Oh my God. John wants to know, James, what did you mean when you said Mexican girls are kind of crazy?
When did I said that today? I didn't say that.
Oh no,
today.
you said that a while ago.
I said no. It's good crazy. Good crazy. It'll keep you honest. Keep you honest, John. Don't be coming home telling those stories.
That's right. That's right. And we said right here, way too early to tell. Hey, Froman in the house. It's pointless for people to bash DJ. He's here, and that's all there is to it. Next year was about a quarter. Where are you expect? You know what? But I don't think people are bashing DJ. I think people are pointing out honest flaws. And I think to Irish Rover's point, any other profession, Daniel Jones probably would have been fired by now. If he was a car salesman, he would probably have sold 3 cars in 3 years. He wouldn't be working anymore.
Yo, Bad Dog has a video where he uses that same analogy. Shout out to Bad Dog. Who, you know, like you said, he has a stream coming up. You know, y'all should check that out if you got the time. But he made that same analogy with, and as men, you have, like, if you can't understand anything as men who are out here in the real world, you have to understand that. If I hire you to do something and I'm paying you a damn good salary and you're getting all these perks and you're wearing my company on your chest, but you've been sucking for years, and I've given you one last chance, and you don't prove yourself in that, and I mean super prove yourself, then your company's going to move on from you. So the Giants are a company, they're an organization, they're a business, they're a team.
In corporate America, if you suck, they put you on a PIP, personal improvement plan. It's a personal improvement plan. That's what they put you on. And then after that PIP, you get fired. Daniel Jones was on a PIP in year 2, should have been fired in year 3, but we're sticking with him in year 4. Speaking of Bad Dog, he's got a video, or he's got a stream coming on at 10. So that's in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to wrap up a little early so people can jump over to the Bad Dog stream to go to hang out with the Bad Dog. James, as always, I like to give you in the person or whoever. It's usually you though. It's usually you or Dom, because you're the only, besides you and L and T-Brad, no one else wants to ever come on. I want to give you the final thought of the stream. The James segment, which everything will happen and people will sit there as I turn the screen off and go, ooh.
Oh, please.
That was smart.
I wish. Nah, man. Yo, shout out to the Dahmer too, man. Wherever Dom is at.
Dom's
shout
asleep.
out to Dom.
It's 5 hours ahead of time.
I keep forgetting that. Him and Two Toes. I keep forgetting that. But shout out to Dom. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, everybody who sat here, you know, and listen to Big Brother Tim. And shout out to L, you know what I'm saying? But you know what? Real simple. Just be carefree. Ooh. No expectations. Just no worries. Just relax. If you go into this season with that mentality and just, you know what? I'm not going to the Super Bowl. It's okay, baby.
It's all good.
I just want to see some football, see my team score some touchdowns, you know, maybe beat my division rivals. You know what I'm saying? Rah. Just do that. It's okay. If you go into it with that mentality, you will have a great NFL season. And then you'll see the young players develop. You know, you'll see Shane and Dable will be moving forward, you know, probably in a different direction with certain players. But some of the other guys we've drafted, you know, Thibodeau, see Neal turn a corner, come around. Thomas continue to get better. Some of our young secondary step up. Galladay actually catch a touchdown. Let's keep it, you know, keep it real, you know, simple things. And just be carefree, man. You have a great season.
Just be happy. You know, I'm going to end it with this, because here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Just don't worry. Be happy.
Yeah.
That's all.
No stress, man. Not this year. This is not the year for that.
We got D Coop. What's going on, man? What's up, Tim? Had to pop in. Been a minute since I joined the live cause of military training. Well, thank you for your service or your soon to be service. I didn't even know you were in the military. You didn't tell me that, but I was going to say you're another one I haven't seen in a while. We also got Greg coming in from Sweden here. Oh my goodness. You know what? I could do streams all day long. I mean, I could, because you know what? We got so many great people that come in here, James, and I'm not trying to smoke up anyone's tuckish. I've told you this off air or offline, whatever hell you want to call it. I think a lot of times the people that we have that do come in here are quality educated, not just Giant fans, but football fans.
Yes, sir.
And they understand the point is they understand that it is, and to your point, it is what it is. And we need to just focus on the good I like John here. Hopefully the Giants don't finish in the basement. Well, I didn't know if you're talking about James, but he's in a garage. But you know what? It is what it is. Just, everyone can have a different opinion. Everyone can do anything they want to do. Anyone can say anything they want to say. But you know what?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all fans of the same team. But just because I don't believe Daniel Jones is a quarterback doesn't make me a hater. Just because you believe Daniel Jones is the quarterback, well, that does make you an idiot. But even that came out wrong.
There's an edit. Edit that later.
You're right. I got to stop saying, my wife always says that, everything that comes to your mind in your brain, you don't have to say.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's stuck in there and it's got to come out. But no, to my point, if you think Daniel Jones is the guy, great. If you think he isn't the guy, great. But you're all rooting for the same team at the end. Nobody's rooting for Daniel Jones to fail. I've never heard one person sit there and say, I hope Daniel Jones fails. I've never heard people say that. I've heard, James, can you, like I said, you've jumped on other streams, or maybe there are other people, but how many people do you sit there and say, I really hope he fails?
No, no. That's one thing. No. Now, I will say though, if we get to like week 9 and we're 2-7, I will be leaning towards the, you know what? That pick 6, I could live with that.
That's right.
Just to be real. By that point.
Oh, and D Coop, you better be in the Marines.
Oh, shout out to Coop. Thank you for your service, brother. Good luck with the training.
We're a Marine household here, so you better be with the Marines. So I'm just gonna throw that because my father used to say he likes the Navy. He always gave him when they had to go in Korea, when they had to go and fight, they would give him a ride to where they needed to go. So that's why we only accept the Marine Corps. I'm just joking. Everyone in the military except for the Coast Guard counts. Oh my God, I should leave.
Well, you know what? Shout out to the Coast Guard. It's got to go save all you crazy people out there this summer, probably being in places you shouldn't be.
Sharks, man.
All over in these places. Like, come on, man, let's go. The waves are crazy. And then Coast Guard got to come out there at the helicopter, save you behind.
But I give up. Like I said, we are a military family, so I'm just joking about that. Any branch of services, we always thank you for your service because it is true.
Thank you.
You know what? Like they say, and a few good men. You're gonna sleep in the flag of freedom that I provide you, and that's true. I really do believe that. Mark Thompson says, "Good night, James. Good night." Irish Rover says, "Great stream." My brother was a Marine Force Recon. There you go. Go.
Wow.
But like I said, I'm huge. Listen, I'm a huge military guy. I'm just joshing with people like that because I'm a huge military guy. My dad fought my dad.
Yeah,
fought in Korea. So
yeah, my grandfather fought in Korea.
Yeah, so it's so we are big sponsors of proponents everything military. I got so much military garb, still in boxes though, James. Still in boxes.
Oh, I'm sure, brother.
The boxes are his grandfather fought in World War II as well. Marine Force Recon. There you go. Semper Fi. James, Bad Dog starts in 3 minutes. What is oh no, there's some crayon eaters, all jokes. I appreciate all your support. All right, there it is. I see the other thing. Oh no, there's some crayon eaters, all jokes. I appreciate your all support. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, we actually have a lot of guys in the military that watch the show, and I'm getting off topic here because we also do the podcast, James, and I find it interesting because we got a lot of people in Germany that are stationed over there. I got a lot of people in a lot of other areas in the world that are in the military that I get nice text messages, not text, I get emails from them that say, you bring a little piece of home, when I get to listen to your podcast. So, I always think that's always, and I always tell them anything that we can do, anything I can do to, help that or move on with that, especially if you've ever been deployed, far away or in a combat zone, it's sometimes, like they said, it's always that little piece of, it's a lot of times it's that little piece of home that, helps people
get through it.
And, and anything, like I said, any minimal thing that I can do for someone in the military and law enforcement, I always do. So I get special requests sometimes that I do off the air, that I send people things that, I don't really talk about because
That's not what men do.
That's not what men do. You asked me to do. You asked me. I actually did a show. I actually did a show for one person, which was kind of funny. So and they had to be in Stuttgart, Germany, which was great because they asked me if I could do a podcast for them, but they didn't want me to. I don't know why they didn't want me to broadcast it, but I did it. But hey, it is what it is. Let's see. Logic Finance says 3rd Marine Division was my brother's. Joe Rev. We know Joe Rev's in the military. He goes, yeah, baby. Army #1, all you can be. Irish Joe. I spent 30 years in the Air Force. Well, thank you for your service as well.
Thank you for your service.
It got me out of the shit show I lived in. And that's the other, not that I want to get into military, but that's another thing. A lot of times people don't understand that the military service actually helped elevate people, with the GS fund and the college fund and everything else. So there's
hell yeah.
There's just more than that. Damian Jackson says real men are late for all streams. Well, you're late because you know what? Bad Dog has started. It's now 10 o'clock. James and I are out of here. I appreciate everyone that stopped in, everyone that stopped by, hung out for the last 2 hours. Big stream coming up to give away that ticket. Hang out in the Coach Club with me, the Venerable James Williams here. And, of course, the Dahmer and OGR Sports. James, it was fun having you on. It was a good Wednesday stream. And, guys, you know what? Have yourself a good evening, a good night. Stay safe. And we are out of here.